What if I told you there was a way to get paid for watching TV and rewarded for participating in the show? Welcome to Film 3, brought to you by Gala Films. And if you've heard of the Gala token in crypto, then you're familiar with this company that has been pioneering games, music, and now film as well. So just as a reminder, nothing in this video is financial advice. I am the Gaussian Snake. This is the crypto simulation, and I'm looking forward to educating you about Film 3 today. RAZR, starring movie star David Bianchi, is going to premiere on Gala Films on April 14th. That's coming up really soon. And RAZR is a sci-fi thriller that revolves around a dystopian world that involves themes from artificial intelligence. So let's take a look at the trailer and see what this TV series is all about. So while it's loading, just understand this is going to be the first of its kind.
Bianchi 432. Time. 0625. Been up all night reworking the comms to sustain neural connectivity. I can't afford another failed craniotomy. My migraines are getting worse. If I fail again, the results could be dire. What I've created is the next evolution of mankind. A colossal leap in brain-computer interfacing. It will reshape humanity. It will change everything. And if it kills me, maybe it was worth it.
So how does this work? Well, Gala Film is decentralized entertainment. That's right, decentralized Film 3. So we're talking about people all around the globe running film nodes to allow the Gala Film network to run. And so you can actually buy a node just by clicking here. And there's people who've been running these nodes for a really long time, and you earn their token. It's called popcorn, and I'll get into that later, for running a node. And so 100% of every title that goes live is going to include elements of digital content that people can own as NFTs, and I'll show you the ones that are available on Razer. Since launch, Gala has received over $1.4 billion for rewards and distribution, and there's almost 58,000 active nodes right now, making this film distribution center as decentralized as it gets. And we'll talk about how you can get into, watch Gala Films later. But if you want to become involved, these are the steps that you can take. So stay up to date with news and releases by opening a Gala Film account. Nodes can be purchased with Gala and ETH. And your Gala Film node software can be installed and run on Windows, Mac, and Ubuntu. And to receive rewards, you do have to operate your own node. And so, like I was saying, the reward you get is called popcorn. And this popcorn is going to convert to a token called film, which will be available for retail to purchase as well. And we'll get into the tokenomics of that also later. But node owners are going to be rewarded with popcorn tokens. And so what you have to do to earn popcorn is operate your Gala Film node for at least 6 hours a day. And the greater you support it, the more that you support it, the larger the bucket you collect. So more popcorn buckets will temporarily boost your distribution by allowing you to have to run an increased workload once the Gala Film token is live. Again, that token is called film. And so this is a way for people like you and me, retail, to get deeply involved in television series creation and production, and movie production. Whatever kind of content that they decide to stream on this network, will be able to get involved in that. So that's really cool, because there's really nothing like this that exists, and it takes away some of the centralized ownership and kind of lifts the veil behind Hollywood. Traditional Hollywood will be forever transformed by Film 3, because it's going to allow for the gatekeepers to not have as much power anymore. I heard from David Bianchi in a Web3 Spaces that they've been hiring a lot of like new actors and giving them awesome opportunities to get involved in their film productions, and I imagine that will continue for some time to come. Here's an example of some of the NFTs that you can buy for the film RAZR. So they have RAZR Blades, which gives you free access to the film, exclusive content, and unlock upgrade rewards, including a base level earning NFT by collecting and using other entry-level collectibles. And this is going to cost around $250 or $3,747 Gala. The Genesis. This is a base level earning NFT that allows you to earn distribution rewards from Gala Film when content's hosted and RAZR is watched. Also gives you access to exclusive content, the inaugural RAZR series on Gala Film, and entry to the Secret Cinema Club. And so that's $450. Concept vision boards. There's only been 23 of these minted, and this gives you access to exclusive content and also, all the above basically, but you get early artwork, cast access, and remote influence. It's $1,500 for that. And then Warehouse, only 6 of these have been minted, and I think they're no longer available. That's what it says here. This is $7,500, and these people get access to production, premiere attendance, and a potential film role. And there's some more of the titles that are going to be available on Gala Film that you can check out. I'll link the website in the video description. So I wanted to play another trailer for you that kind of gives you the story behind RAZR from the man himself, David Bianchi.
My name is David Bianchi. I'm the creator and one of the writers of a new series called RAZR, and I'll be playing the lead character in Grip. So RAZR is a dystopian world in the not so far distant future with sci-fi energy that takes you deep into the world of neuroimplants, code culture, and the underbelly of black market crime. Focusing on our main character, Grit, who is a former combat veteran and also mechanical engineer. And within his world, he's tied into various networks of tech culture, of white and black hat hacking. So we're creating content that is incredibly diverse. We're creating compelling stories about the human condition in a dystopian world surrounded by technology.
RAZR is going to tell a story of the positive and the negative. I think we get to play with the hope, but also the despair of the future, and we can explore that in this world, how humanity relates to it and how technology relates to humanity going forward.
So I'm really excited to be here right now because we're at the early stages. We're literally like in a studio shooting conceptual pieces for conceptual poster art, and building animatics, and building storyboards, and building a pre-production NFT drop to bring the Gala universe, the Gala Film universe, and the Web3 universe into the creativity that goes into cinema.
We're shooting our behind the scenes and our NFT assets, getting really crazy shots of close-ups of eyes and profile shots, just get some badass imagery for this NFT drop we're about to do.
I think it's really cool to be able to see what goes into creating content that is specific for NFTs. How do you tell the story? How do you make sure you're creating things that really illustrate what these NFTs are supposed to mean and represent?
The pieces of film that people never ever get a chance to bind their hearts and their minds into. What is the art and the creativity that goes into the early stages of development? Not just showing you completed content, but taking you on a journey every single step of the way so you can see how hard we work to hopefully create the masterpiece that is RAZR. Gala Film is going to be game-changing. It is fundamentally going to change the way the world at large interacts with Hollywood-level content. For the first time in Hollywood history, community members will be able to actually have digital ownership of a motion picture. If you're here now and you're paying attention, you're early. Welcome to the journey, because RAZR and Gala Film has just begun.
If you click on the Updates tab, you can see some different reviews about RAZR from the premiere, and I'd advise you check that out for yourself. This is the Gala Film light paper that details the tokenomics and inner workings of their FILM3 product, and I'd advise you read this entire document. I'm going to link this in the video description. It's also available on the website. But let's talk through some of the highlights of the film token that you'll be able to purchase at some point. So it does mention that the total supply of film tokens won't be predetermined or hard capped on the chain because they're going to be minted through an emission mechanism that's regulated by the network nodes. And as you know, there's plenty of network nodes already. And this tokenomics structure is going to be pretty similar to the one that's already in use by the general Gala token, which has been doing very well this market cycle. The maximum supply that will exist will kind of, so it's not, again, it's kind of a little bit tricky, but the current total supply will never exceed 500 million tokens. So keep that in mind, all right? So there will be a maximum supply in the sense that current total supply can never exceed 500 million tokens. Token distribution is awesome. It's a fair launch model, so there's no pre-mint allocation for the team, early backers, or public sale. These are things I always look for. Of course, there will be a portion of tokens set aside to award users for actions prior to the activation of the ecosystem. And so what's going to happen is it's going to take all the popcorn buckets that we talked about earlier, the popcorn token that film node operators got, and those are going to get converted in a 10-to-1 ratio or 1-to-10 ratio into film. And so if you have 1 unit of popcorn, you get 10 units of film after the token generation event. Popcorn's still going to exist, and this will allow you to convert your popcorn to film at any time. And I imagine you could probably convert it backwards as well, although it doesn't say that here, but I'd imagine you could. And so rather than pre-mine a total of maximum supply, all tokens are going to be minted through user engagement, node operation, and content sharing. This is the kind of projects that I love. I love how it's centered around community. It's why I invest in projects like this, and NovaDAO and Dogechain and other projects that have like strong community engagement. I love this kind of thing. So we can get through some of the details, right? So 50% initial, the operator begins receiving 50% of the token mint allocations, with this reducing by about 5% annually, with total platform decentralization to be achieved within 10 years. So they're not fully decentralized, but they want to be fully decentralized. And that's the goal of FILM3. Like David Bianchi said, this is meant to completely revolutionize the way Hollywood is done. Node operation and rewards, 10% initial. So anybody running nodes to support the ecosystem is going to be rewarded with film tokens. And these are nodes that host film content, which is RAZR encoded and sharded across multiple storage volumes for efficient distribution. And these are generated and minted in response to verifiable proofs of storage and receival. And again, it's going to be 10% initially of the emission rate, but it will increase by about 2.5% initially, while the other one decreases. Cost incentivization mechanism: publishers, creators, and Galaxian viewers will earn film tokens based on the amount of content consumed on the platform. So watching TV will earn you film tokens. Where else can you get paid to watch TV, right? And you not only can earn tokens by watching TV, but if you get like actively engaged and you refer users, and this is very similar to the early founders node referral reward model, where people were trying to get other people to host nodes to decentralize the network. And while this is initially 20% of the emission rate, which is great because it's going to people like you and me who'll be watching this, it increases by 2.5% annually. Ecosystem supporting behaviors. Again, if Gala Film sees that people are spreading content, attracting new users, they're going to distribute tokens based on what they feel to be positive ecosystem supporting actions. It's at their discretion. So, and they are going to have a DAO that is going to help with governance. So that's something that I was going to get into later, but I just wanted to mention that now. So many actions, right? And these actions could be anything like the following: watching films, watching series episodes, pair reward earning NFT, completing a scene, bridge tokens in the Gala chain, link to rep on chain, refer a friend, so on and so forth. So the key to this distribution is that all actions which qualify as ecosystem supporting actions must be publicly visible and verifiable, and they need to be able to, see that. So you can see kind of how the token distribution works over time as they approach what they intend to have as full decentralization. Okay, and you can see the emissions right here. And you can see that the goal is for this to asymptotically to approach, I think, it looks like it's approaching 6 million on this graph. Minimum emissions is around, looks like around 500,000 or so. Kind of hard to read off the graph here. This is what I wanted to see. Total supply over time with min and max emissions. So total supply is going to cap at 500 million. And you can see that the minimum total emission will gradually start to approach 100 million. Okay. And so then they get into some of the details about moments and scenes, and I'm not going to go through all that with you. I mean, I guess what I will say is that moments are individual units of a scene that are extracted and minted as a digital collectible, and could be in the form of an NFT. And based on the rarity levels, this will tell you basically the likelihood of acquiring a particular moment, and it kind of gives you an excitement to holding certain elements of a scene. So just like regular NFTs. And they have all kinds of different incentives for scenes, reward boosts, scene completion boosts, and so on and so forth. You could read through this on your own. But basically, the more active and involved you are on the Gala Film platform, the more likely you are to be rewarded for it. There's also some token distribution bonuses, again, similar to what I was just talking about. So if you have, certain collections and things like that, you can get, additional rewards from that. You can read through that. There's different user levels, all kinds of stuff here in the white paper or light paper. Content crowdfunding. So users can contribute their film tokens to fund projects. It's meant to say fund, to fund projects they're interested in. And in return for crowdfunding, we've seen stuff like this with Kickstarter, but again, this is more decentralized. They receive unique benefits such as early access to the film, exclusive behind the scenes content. And this is huge. This gives filmmakers a way to get their content out there that, maybe Hollywood wasn't so friendly to them for some reason. Hollywood has a lot of gatekeeping, but they can now use film tokens as a vehicle to try to get the content that they want to see on TV. They're even incentivizing agents who can bring projects for crowdfunding directly onto the platform by offering them a percentage of film tokens. And running a node gives you access to voting rights in the film platform's governance. So this has to do with the DAO, right? So content moderation, quality control, fee structures. Nodes cannot gatekeep Gala activities or make content decisions. They're very big on trying to keep decentralization a major theme on this platform. As it says right here, decentralization is the very ethos upon which the Gala ecosystem is built, whether it's games, film, or music. So a decentralized approach fosters transparency, security, and trust by removing single points of failure. And you can think to DeFi and other kinds of decentralized models like Ethereum to sort of understand where FILM3 is drawing its inspiration from. It's not just a technological endeavor, but a commitment to reshaping the digital landscape. I mean, this is a way of transforming Hollywood as we know it. And I love this. So they're going to operate under a bicameral structure with an elective executive branch, kind of like a council, which ensures diverse representation, effective checks and balances, robust decision-making, fostering a sustainable platform for the long term. Decisions cover platform improvements, content moderation, reward mechanisms, security measures, and partnerships. And here it is, the Gala Film DAO. I have it through Nova DAO. I know how DAOs run now. I know very well. I've been part of this DAO for nearly half a year. And it sounds like the Gala Film DAO is following in the same kind of footsteps as Nova. The long-term plan is for Gala Film to adopt a bicameral structure for robust governance, incorporating a DAO and the film node ecosystem in opposition to one another in a sort of bicameral legislature, checks and balances. They're serious about this, right? This is not just about grabbing a bunch of money. This is about a vision to change film to make it more accessible to actors and filmmakers who feel like they've been marginalized by the system. And in the spirit of the DAO, you've got a film council, okay? Just, again, similar kind of thing to what's going on at Nova, but on a much larger scale. So in conclusion, Gala Film is not merely an idea, it's a full-fledged vision for reshaping the landscape of film production and distribution. And their ecosystem paves the way for a democratized and decentralized approach that directly addresses the inefficiencies and inequalities inherent in our current system. So this is absolutely a project I am interested in. I want FILM3. I want film tokens. I want to get my hands on this as soon as I can. I don't have the resources, unfortunately, to run a node, or otherwise I would, because I sure would love some popcorn. I think the only popcorn I'll be getting right now is the ones that I microwave and eat while I'm watching TV. But I'm thrilled to be involved in this ecosystem, tangentially at least. I do participate in a Web3 podcast series that airs nightly, and I'll talk about that later. But like I said, I don't have any ties directly to Gala, and Gala did not pay me or incentivize me in any way to make this. No, the next question is, well, how do I get involved with Gala? How do I watch their show when it comes out? What do I do? Let me tell you about where to go with that. First thing I recommend you do is you follow them on Twitter, and I'll put a link in my profile description, Gala Film, go Gala Films. And you can actually see, like, they do regular updates right here, learn how Gala Film works, so on and so forth, women in film. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to also check out Carla A319 on Twitter. She also hosts a Web3 Encore nightly. Tonight will be the 54th. I'm on here frequently providing crypto technical analysis updates. And I've also gotten into AI music, and there's a lot of cool FILM3 producers in here that come in here. In fact, David Bianchi and Gala Films were guests of ours. David Bianchi spoke. This was a little while ago, around the debut of Razer, and Gala Film stopped by while he was speaking. So really tight community in here, and the co-host of this awesome Web3 podcast is J5, Johnny Cinco, who is deeply involved in Doginals and also creator of the Doge Mackenzie NFT collection. They have plenty of socials. They've got Discord. You can see all that at the bottom of the page. If we scroll down, you can see, to be more entertained, signed up. They've got all their social links right here, Medium articles, things like that. So if you want to get more involved or learn more about how to watch Gala Film when they have their content out on the 14th with Razer, let's click on register, and I can walk you through this process. So you can sign up any variety of ways. So I'll go ahead and do a demonstration. So I created my account using Google, so I'm signed in right now. I just go up here and, oops, I'm trying to do this on the wrong monitor. Okay, I go in here, it tells me which Galaxian I am, and I can click on account, my collection, get Gala, order history, contact support. So when I click on account, you can do, all your display names and everything, like your credit card, two-factor authentication, and my collection. Well, I don't own anything at the moment, so this is going to be blank. Get Gala, buy from an exchange. So this is the Gala token. This is not the film token. This is not the token that is going to be used in their FILM3 platform. This is just a general Gala token, which has been doing very well. Order history and contact support. If there is an issue with anything, you can contact them there. You can also connect on Discord. So in here you can see their Discord for Gala Film, which I have here. You have the roles. Start here to kind of explain it here. Welcome to Gala Film. If you're new to Gala, we started our venture in Web3 with games and recently expanded to music and film. And you can go down here to film announcements. Gala Film announces global premiere of Razer. This happened in earlier in March, and but the actual not the premiere, earlier in March was a private screening, but they're going to be having the premiere availability will be on April 14th, so stay tuned for information about that. I recommend you sign up for an account, and you also join their Discord to find out more. Gala News, right here, Moments of Mystery Boxes, Gala Film Theater. Yeah, welcome to Stages. And just some general chat channels. You got General Film, Ghosts of Ruin, RAZR, which we already talked about, Node Talk for node operators, support, and a bunch of different language supports as well. So I would strongly recommend that you join their Discord, sign up for their Twitter page, and just look at their Medium articles, and you can find out everything about like when you can sign up to watch Gala Film and watch RAZR. And if you want to be a node operator, I would suggest you look into that as well. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but on Carla's Carla A319 on her Twitter page, if you want to attend our Web3 Encore nightly podcast, they begin at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and they usually run till about 11. Sometimes we've run past midnight, so about 2 to 3 hours generally, and you'll hear everything and anything around Film3. You'll learn the first, when Gala Films does something, you'll learn about it there. There's people directly involved with these projects who can tell you all about it. You can come up to the stage and ask questions if you want, post comments in the audience. This is a really great place to learn about Film3. And in fact, one of the topics that has been coming up a lot recently are some of our members in this podcast who or Twitter Spaces podcast who discuss artificial intelligence film generation. I've personally been experimenting with music generation. I have a separate channel for that, link in the video description. But there's just some really cool stuff there. So in conclusion, I would suggest that you read through all the links yourself to determine if you're interested in joining the Gala Films Film3 decentralization movement. If you are, this is an awesome, exciting project. You can become a popcorn node operator. I was going to say, become a Gala Films node operator and be incentivized with earning popcorn rewards that can be converted handsomely to film tokens. And if you're a retail investor, there are all kinds of ways you can earn film tokens once that token becomes available. So best thing you could do is just sign up for their social links and sign up to their Twitter page, join us on Spaces. I believe they sometimes they're in various spaces. You can see Gala Film is very active on Twitter and on social media. So they're very transparent. They're community driven. They're focused on decentralization. Their tokenomics look good. What's not to like? You'll bet I'll be putting some money into this. Absolutely. When it's available, sign me up. So, but you should do your own research, right? You've got to look at this yourself and see if it's something you're interested in. Once again, thank you for joining me in the crypto simulation. I am the Gaussian Snake. Be sure to follow me on my Telegram at the Snake Pit. Join me on Web3 Spaces, and I'll link the one that's happening tonight. I'll link Carla's page so you can find it there yourself. And you can find me on Twitter and TikTok. Twitter, I'm the Gaussian Snake. TikTok, Crypto Simulation Theory. I've also got an artificial intelligence music channel and SoundCloud, which you can find in the links to the video description, as well as information about the Nova DAO and the free range Cugs NFT collection that my wife did. So got lots of stuff in the video description to pay attention to. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of future releases. So until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great holiday weekend, and I hope that you're doing fantastic and making money in the crypto space.